What's your, thoughts on this? I don't. I talk a lot about protecting peace and boundaries and all that stuff, but we are human. We're having a human experience, right? So sometimes we fall short, and sometimes we have to, take a couple of steps back and start over because we forgot some things that we learned or whatnot. But I'm heavy on the protecting peace, so much so that like if I know, and another thing, I don't believe in knowing somebody doesn't like me or don't have my best interests or have secret animosity or not secret animosity have access to me, and that's in all ways. Like I will block your phone number, I will block you on social media, like unfriend you, all that, because and it goes much deeper than having like a small disagreement or not being able to see eye to eye on something. I'm talking about big stuff. Like I'm talking about when you are literally disturbing my day to day with your presence. Like you don't get to have access. And as I'm becoming, I don't know, more comfortable in my content creation journey, I know that there are going to be some trolls. There are going to be some people that have something to say. That's different because that's the internet versus like, and I'll block them too. Trust me, I've only been doing YouTube for a little minute, and I've had to block somebody already, and I had to block somebody on TikTok. So I don't have that. Some people will say like, oh no, even the bad comments, baby, you're not about to talk crap to me just for me to get a bag. I don't care. Like, and it's again, it's different when we don't see eye to eye versus like blatant disrespect, right? So I remember my mom saying one time, like we were talking about it, and I was telling her like I was unfriending and blocking and all that stuff, and she was like, "No, I'd let them watch." Now, again, I talk about protection, praying for peace, and all that stuff, and I do believe that like a lot of us are spiritually protected or whatnot. Um, if you don't agree, fine, whatever. But you still have to do your part. Like you can't just be like, all right, I'm protected. Like you gotta sometimes remove. And I don't believe in letting someone I know don't like me have access. You don't get to watch my day to day. You don't get to like you. It's different if you. I feel like if you just sending bad vibes or whatever versus you seeing what I'm doing. You're seeing what goals I'm trying to do. You seeing me be happy in my marriage. You seeing me raising happy, healthy, productive kids, and you're deliberately sending specific directed energy that way versus you just like, oh, I don't like them, I hope nothing goes good for them. Well, in a sense, when you are sending energy out, you are going to get that back, but you don't get access to me. Like, so I don't need nobody watching, haters or nothing like that. I will block a person in a minute is the moral of the story. Like, that's my way of making sure I'm protected in that sense.